Hello, this is May. Welcome to Always Worshipper, my brand new YouTube channel. Here I tend to send videos every now and then to upload to whatever channel messages in English and Spanish with the current energy, depending on what's going on in the energy in general, why I go through in my personal life, and messages that I get as I live day by day. So I've been out for a couple of days because I was like recuperating from my show on Sunday. I went to see Green Day in live in Bogota, and it was like the best thing ever. I mean, that's such an amazing band, and I was so happy, but I was so tired. Besides, it was raining the whole thing, so I I needed some time to like really recuperate. That's why I've been out, but I'm back here because during actually last weekend many like auspicious and weird things happened. And I wanted to bring some of those to this message. In the meantime, you can follow me over in Instagram. My @ is Always Worshipper, same name as the channel. Yeah, it was a private account, but recently I decided to go public because I was getting some follow requests and I don't have much time to review each one, so I'd rather just leave it public, so you can check some stuff over there too if you want to, if you like, I don't know, or if you like what you're about to watch here. I hope you can like, subscribe, that can help, or share maybe with someone you know that may find this information relevant. That really helps me to increase my reach, so I appreciate it, and thank you so much for those who have already liked and commented on my previous videos. What else? Okay, before we start with what I'm about to like talk today, I wanted to address something that I say in all these videos because it's important. All these readings are said to be timeless, meaning that if you find me, I don't know, in 3 months, a year, 2 years, whatever, I don't know, and part of the messages resonate with you, or the whole thing resonates with you, that means that's what it's meant to be. Doesn't necessarily have to be like right now, because energy works that way. Remember that creators out there, when it comes to this specific kind of information and readings, tend to put things out there. I've watched readings from, I don't know, other people who have uploaded their videos, I don't know, 2-3 years, and they resonate with what's going on with me. So that's the idea, okay? Remember that energy doesn't always go by time and space, so you can watch me from anywhere or at any time, basically. So yeah, that's what I want to say before we start. So okay, I'm just breathing a lot, like taking deep breaths, because in the past couple of days, starting on Saturday, remember that on Saturday we had the new moon in Virgo. By then I just knew it was a new moon and like nothing else, but after, like during the weekend, I discovered that this particular new moon that we went through is much more significant than any other regular new moon, meaning that it's called the black moon, if I'm not mistaken. Like, let me check on that. Some people call it the black moon, which is kind of rare. It's an event that happens in the world of astronomy and, in a parallel sense, astrology, every 33 years. 33 is a really auspicious number too. When it comes to numerology, it's a master number. That's the age Jesus died, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, the point is that this new moon was really particular when it comes to like, I don't know, its occurrence, it's not the same as every month's new moon, or sometimes when we have more than one in the same month. That's also a particular event. But in this case, I'm gonna read just some, because before I hit recording, I started to investigate and do some research about the topics that I'm gonna address in this reading. I'm not gonna pull cards for this one because I'll tell you why like in a moment. I only have two, and I'll reveal them later because I want to go through the message like smoothly. But yeah, let's start with the new moon because I think it's really interesting, and I want to bring some information. I always tend to share the source because I believe that credit is important. So I don't know if through maybe the comments or over here I'll let you know where I got this information from, so you can go and do your research if you're interested, or if, I don't know, for the people who created the material and spend time researching, they need the credit. I think it's fair. So as a scholar that I was back in the day, I think it's important to go with quotations and references, right? So let's do this. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much. It's just that I'm like, oh my god, so many things happen, you have no idea. But anyway, the seasonal black moon. These black moons are a little rarer. Don't know if I'm saying it right, sorry. And occur about once every 33 months. I'm sorry, did I say years? It was months, 33 months. Earth seasons are about 3 months and typically have 3 new moons. But sometimes a season has 4 new moons, and the 3rd new moon is called the black moon. I found this in, many of you may know this Instagram page, and this actually is a website, and they are like the whole thing, but I got to know them from Instagram, so I'm gonna refer to that. It's called Moon Omens, all like the at Moon Omens. They bring a lot of interesting information when it comes to astrology. This isn't paid, I just say it because that's where I got the information from. This is not like a paid promotion, anything like that. But I think it's really cool what they do because they really dissect information when it comes to astrology, like the upcoming seasons. As an example, we are about to start a portal, an eclipse portal in September, and this time, the end of August is being like really auspicious, really weird. I talked to some friends, and to all of them, many of them, some really weird shit happened. Like the craziest thing you wouldn't imagine. As an example, I'm just gonna say it. Before the Green Day show that I went to, oh my god, I just love that band. They were so great. People in Latin America, if you're gonna watch them, I know they're in Peru right now. Enjoy that show. It's everything. Actually, I channeled a song over there, and they played a song that is really particular that they haven't played like in a really long time, so I'm gonna talk about that probably in another video. But for now, what I want to say is that for many people, some really weird things happened, and it really coincides with the new moon that we just had on Saturday. So I'm gonna read this from Moon Omens, just in case you want to follow them. Maybe many of you already like follow them. So yeah, I'm just putting it like out there. So it's a 0-degree moon, first of all. So it may talk about a reset. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Last night's new moon marked the opening of the eclipse portal, and it took place on the 0 degree of Virgo. When a new moon takes place on the 0 degree of a sign, the energy of renewal is magnified. Renewal. We are now stepping into a passage where breakthroughs, revelations, and long-awaited clarity rise quickly. So be attentive. I'm gonna take a pause here. Be attentive to I don't know, surprises, auspicious events, weird things happening, clarity in some issues or maybe some aspects of your life that you were hoping to get clarity from, revelations, surprises again. Like, it's really I wouldn't say unsettling, that's what came to mind, but I don't know if unsettling is the right word, but I would say like something that can shake you up like in the most unexpected ways, and that can be good too, right? People tend to assume that it's gonna be bad, but no, I mean, I think surprises can be good too, and unexpected things and revelations can be like really good too. So yeah, what once felt fixed can suddenly shift, meaning that again, those probable foundations that we may have on a certain aspect or many aspects of our lives can be like shaking, and doesn't mean shaking to be destroyed or shaking in a bad way. It means shaking for the better. That's how I see it. I'm actually pretty excited because sometimes isn't it cool when you're out there living your regular life, doing your job or studying, whatever you do, and some unexpected good thing happens to you. I believe that excitement is important, because remember that everything is like in here. If you go through a negative mindset when it comes to, I don't know, astrological events like this, or situations, whatever, I don't know, it can manifest in a negative way. But I find it exciting. I find it like, I don't know, with a childlike attitude when it comes to new discoveries and stuff. So this is the beginning of a chapter where life realigns in extraordinary ways. So allow yourself to be surprised, be open to new things. That's how I see it. I'm really excited. Remember that this is from Moon Omens. That's a web, moonomens.com, that's the web page, but I just follow their Instagram. I think it's really cool information. They go through like by signs, and they always share information when it comes to the major astronomical, I'm saying it right, I don't know, and in a parallel, again, astrology, from the astrology perspective. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here when it comes to that. I don't know, allow yourself to be surprised is what I am trying to say. I like take it in a good way, in a positive way, and I believe that the amazing things can manifest for you. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to talk about here in relation to this reading, which I'm getting many channel messages during last weekend. I got many, but I don't want to put them all like in the same video, because first of all it will be really long and it'll be like and second of all, it may be, maybe the information can be short, and I'd rather just bring one or two per video, in that way we can like dissect and go deeper in what I'm about to say your channel, okay? But what I wanted to say, which is very important for me, and I believe that for the collective energy too, is I've been hearing this phrase, this sentence, and for my next trick. I saw it during the weekend on a guy's shirt. I've seen it everyone on Instagram in many posts, like, and for my next trick, whatever, like a meme or whatever, I don't know. And it's in my head. I think because of music too, because many of you may have heard Houdini from, like, by Eminem, like a great song, Divino ese hombre, like love, 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 papacito. But anyway, what I wanted to say about the song, when he says abra abracadabra, and for my last trick, for my next trick, but for my last trick, and I think it's related. But what I'm channeling here is, and for my next trick. does it say in for my last trick or in for my next trick? Let me search for that because I'm unsure. Let me check. And for my last trick, I was right. He says, abra, abracadabra. And for my last trick, I'm about to reach in my back, bro. So yeah, but in this case, I wanted to talk about another song, which has like, actually the rhythm part, like, I believe that the rhythm comes from another song called Abracadabra by Steve Miller Band. But I'm gonna go ahead and go deeper with the lyrics because first of all, I really like it, and second of all, I think it's significant here. But before we go through the song, I wanted to talk about something else. So my original plan, remember, I always say my original plan in some videos because I have something in mind when I'm about to record, but sometimes I press recording and things change. Remember the last video I did for the new moon when I had a big splash of water in my kitchen. As soon as I started recording and I was talking like for the first minute, for the first, I don't know, 30-40 seconds, something fell on the kitchen. And I was like, oh my God. And I was alone. Now, there was nobody around when I was recording on Saturday. So I paused the video and I went to check. And I saw that there was this big bucket of water on top of my washing machine, and it fell. And there was like this big splash of water. And I was like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? And when we went through the whole rabbit hole with the song, with the dam by Dr. I swear that's the way to pronounce it. But anyway, that's how it happens. So here, my original idea was to talk about moon and like start like I don't know, shuffling and the deck to see what we got. But I was splitting the deck, and then I got this. The Magician, and next to it was the High Priestess. So as many of you may know, these are counterparts. This is the masculine energy and this is the feminine energy. Remember that I'm talking about I'm talking about energies, not gender, meaning that in my belief, we have both within us, and it's important to go through like a balance. But in this case, talking about like the most prominent energy that like we incarnate, in this case I'm a feminine, and so these two are counterparts. This is the masculine. Remember that this can be either gender, and this is the feminine. And as you can see, well, for people who don't know, 1 and 2 on the major arcana, right? So I'm just getting like chills and stuff. But yeah, basically what I wanted to bring using the sentence that I just channeled, and for my next trick, what I interpret out of this is that maybe there's something hidden from you, or maybe you're hiding something from someone. And I'm not saying hiding it like in a deceptive, horrible way. I'm saying it that hiding it maybe for a higher purpose. Here's my cat, maybe that's confirmation. For a higher purpose, or maybe for, I don't know, like a secret plan. Maybe there's some information that's being hidden from you, and probably during these times, during like the new moon and the auspicious times we're going through the next eclipse portal, we may get revelations again. Remember revelations, we talked about that earlier. So I think it's a time to be prepared and to be open, and to be receptive as feminines, and well, in general, right? But what I want to say is just be open. You know, anything can happen in a random day. Hey, I kind of reached the limit of recording that I had on my cell phone. So if I don't get to merge the two videos, I'm gonna upload the second part, and this is the second part in case that you're watching this, that the other reading came out like really short. But I don't want to record all over again. I think we can split it into two. Maybe that's significant too, or I'll try to merge them to make sure that this comes out in a whole in one video, which will be the ideal. Anyway, what I was trying to say is just try to be surprised and open to things, and excited. I don't know, some exciting weird times that we're going through right now. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do next is I want to go deeper in these cards. For that, I'm gonna use the Labyrinthos page. I think it's also an app. I've used the app and I think it's really good. That app is called, I'm gonna spell it for you, LABYRINTHOS.co. That's the page, but the name of the app is the same, Labyrinthos. LABYRINTHOS. Okay. So I think this website or the application is really goes deep when it comes to learning the cards. I've been studying like the cards through their information with them, and I think it's really good. That's why I tend to recommend. Again, I'm not gonna steal anybody's information. That's their research, that's their job. That I'm just here be a channeler, like a messenger, and to bring those things out, especially because as I was saying before, these are counterparts, the Magician and the High Priestess. I'm gonna go deeper with each card, with maybe the symbology and the upright and reversed meaning, because I believe that people need to hear that out there. These two cards, this can talk about, like in general, just this can talk about manifestation, maybe your powers of manifestation, your abilities, your skills of manifestation are getting sharpened. And the High Priestess talks about more like the intuition, right? So he's so cute, right? Just sitting there. But he gets me distracted, okay? It's my baby. But yeah, I want to talk about like in the upright and the reverse positions. In this case, both of them came up in the upright, but I want to talk about the quote-unquote positive and negative aspects of the cards, to make sure that everybody who needs to hear them, maybe it's something that can help them really sharpen their, again, manifestation skills and intuition. I believe that those two are the keywords here that we should be paying attention to. So I'm gonna go ahead and read them for you. And by the end, I wanna talk about a song that I've been channeling related to the whole, you know, what was the sentence? And for my next trick, and for my next trick. Because as I was saying in part one, I'm seeing it everywhere. Last weekend I was walking down the street and some guy's shirt had and for my next trick. I was like, okay, caught my eye. And then I was checking Instagram randomly some other time, and then there was again. And I got the Eminem song in my head, but remember he says, and for my last trick, not my next trick. But I believe next is more relevant here. So yeah, let's talk about the cards, okay? In the meantime, I said it before, but I'm saying it again in case this comes in two parts. My name is Bang. Welcome to Always Worshipper. Remember that you can like, subscribe, you can follow me on Instagram. I just got my account on a public setting. It's called Always Worshipper, same as the channel, okay? So let's do this. The Magician. There we go. I mean, in general, there you can see all the other like suits. There's the emotions with cups, there's the thoughts with the swords, there's the like material gain manifestation, you know, money, with the Pentacles, and there's the sexual energy and drive with the Wands. Remember, all of this symbolizes the elements as well: water, air, earth, and fire. And there's the upright wand. Remember that it's pointing up, meaning that this can talk about the Hermetic principle of as above, so below. That's significant too when it comes to this card. And the infinity symbol on his head. The infinity can talk about, well, remember that it may talk about cycles too, right? But in this case, I find it more like this famous sentence comes to my mind, quote that says, "Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only transforms." Something like that. So yeah, I can talk about this. I can interpret this infinity symbol as that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Remember, it's Labyrinthos, LABYRINTHOS, and Labyrinthos. That's an app, and .co is the web page that I really use to go deeper on the cards sometimes. It's their information. I'm just sharing it with you guys. So okay, let's go with the Magician. The central figure, the pure, someone with one hand pointed to the sky. Remember, as we said before, as above, so below. This is a complicated phrase, but basically remember that what we are connecting with the celestial, with the divine, with the people from above. So if you want to say it in a really blunt, normal way. So what goes on over there is manifested in here, and vice versa, right? So it talks about the abilities of manifestation on his table. Remember that on his table we can see the suits. That's what I already mentioned. All the elements are connected. We can also interpret them like resources. A magician, someone who manifests, who brings into 3D reality everything they want or they desire. Someone who is really resourceful, and so is someone who's aware of their resources, is what I'm meaning. So all of the elements are of their resources, all of the suits are here. The infinity sign on his head indicates the infinite possibilities of the creation with will. Okay, interesting. Possibilities of creation, meaning that yes, we can manifest anything, right? As long as we believe in it and we work towards it. It's not about just making a wish and things will pop up in your life. It doesn't work that way, right? We have to put in the work, and put in the work in a spiritual way, like learning our lessons and development, but also like in a material way. If I want to have a business, I need to put time and effort towards that business. Or if I want to build a relationship with someone, I need to put time and effort towards that relationship, right? So that's what it means. That's what the card means. Like the description, the imagery description here. Sorry, I'm gonna have to move my cat. It's really interrupting me. So yeah, there we go. So in the upright, I'm gonna go ahead and read it for you. Upright magician meaning. The magician is the representation of pure willpower. With the power of the elements and the suits, he takes the potential innate in the Fool. Remember the Fool, card number 0, talks about leaps of faith, having a childlike attitude when it comes to life. And the Fool just goes there and lives his life and learns from new experiences. That's where we all start our spiritual journeys. Now, the magician understands the power of will to manifest, to bring things into the 3D reality. Okay? He takes the potential innate in the Fool and molds it into being with the power of desire. He is the connecting force between heaven and earth. For he understands the meaning behind the words as above, so below. That mind and world are only reflections of one another. That mind and world are only reflections of one another. Remember that all we put in here, or all we have in here, is what we manifest in reality, right? That's why it's so hard. People like tend to minimize, or maybe undertake, or maybe not give it as much importance as maybe it should, to the fact that healing takes time, and healing is really hard. Like, taking a look of what's going on in your mind is really hard shit to do. It's not for everybody. Some people can just go through life avoiding it, because it's so scary to go deeper inside your mind when you have maybe trauma, when you have demons to fight. Everybody has their own problems, and we are not, I'm not a judgy person. Nobody can judge other people. But what I mean is that it's so hard, and it's so underrated. That's the word I was trying to find. Underrated. The fact that you go through an awakening, or you go through your demons and say, this is what's blocking me from being this huge manifestor, this huge human being who can help change the world, in a way, so to speak. So yeah, the magician knows this, and to manifest, we need to work in a daily basis. You know, we can't be healed and perfect all the time, but what I'm meaning is that the clearer our mind is, and the more we can heal our own wounds, the more we can manifest and grow as people and bring everything together, and manifest again, and like make shit happen on the 3D. So there's a really beautiful quote that I want to say about this card too. Remember that you are powerful. Create your inner world, and the outer will follow. You see, like, the more you explore within yourself to find those things that are maybe blocking us, the more it will come to you in the outer world. That's the upright meaning. There's this website has like really deep meanings when it comes to love and career and stuff, but I'm not gonna go deep on that. I just wanna do it general, because I wanna talk about more like the fact that these two are counterparts. And yeah, okay. Now let's go with the reversed, in case that we get it in the reverse in a personal reading, or you feel like maybe there's something out there about this reverse meaning that can work for you. I'm gonna go ahead and read it for you. So yeah, the reverse meaning of the magician. When you obtain the magician in the reversed, it might mean that it's time for you to implement some changes. While right side up, the magician represents true power, the reverse magician is a master of illusion. Okay, I think I talked about this in another reading where the magician came up as well. In the reverse, this can be a manipulative person. Remember that magicians are experts in showing tricks and creating illusions for the audience that they work for. So in the negative or the reverse aspect, this can talk about illusions. The reverse magician is a master of illusion. The magic that he performs is one of deception and trickery. You may be lured by this showmanship of his... Sorry, I don't know, I can't read. Hold on, bear with me. Remember, I'm Colombian. You know, this is not my native language, and I'm not making excuses. Sometimes it's really hard, and I get all nervous, but whatever. So you may be lured in by the showmanship of his arts, but behind that, there may be an intention to manipulate for selfish gain. Getting this card might mean that there's someone who pretends to have your best interests at hand when the opposite is true. Be careful. I've fallen for illusions before. Everybody has. We all have. But remember that everything comes to light. I am someone who really believes in karma and believes in divine justice. So when someone does me wrong, I wouldn't take revenge. I don't remember taking revenge in a long time. Obviously, we all came, like, we all fuck up and we all make mistakes and we grow from them, and that's the idea. I'm not saying that we should go and ruin people's lives and make mistakes all the time, but what I'm saying is that when someone is deceptive or when someone tries to manipulate you, eventually, like sooner or later, those illusions come to the light, and you will see them for what they are. But to avoid that, remember, I think that's related to the High Priestess. It's important to work on our intuition, because our gut feeling, our intuition will warn us about it, like, there's something wrong about this one, or you shouldn't be sharing much, like talking too much to them, or you see, like, or you can also fear their energy. The more you work on your own intuition, the more you can feel them, and the more you can, like, get these warnings. Listen to your body, it talks to you. But yeah, that's what I mean with the Magician reverse. Consider this consider whether this reverse whether this reverse the Magician is in your cycle, or perhaps may also represent your current state of emotions. It may mean that you become obsessed with power, and that might lead to wrong, reckless decisions that will lead to your eventual downfall. Remember that a key for manifestation is intention, right? So what are your intentions when you're manifesting something? Like, are your intentions pure? Because that will be the Magician upright, right? When your intentions are like have a backbone, or are mean, or are bad to someone, that will come in the reverse. Maybe that that's really invites to self-reflection. But I believe that many of you, most of you, are really manifesting like in the best way possible. So also remember that another key for manifesting is like feeling like you already have it. I already have this amazing job that I want. I already have the love of my life. I already have whatever you're searching for, whatever you're trying to manifest. Feel like you have it. Don't manifest from a lack mentality. Don't fill yourself with this anguish of I don't know what am I gonna do because I don't have to pay money to pay, like, I don't know, my this month's bills, whatever, I don't know. Like, I know it's hard, and I know it's hard, especially when it's someone so urgent that you need to manifest like right now. But remember that the universe has subtle and yet so beautiful ways to help you along the way, as long as again your intentions are pure. I think that's important. Okay, I'm gonna leave the Magician here, and I'm gonna go with the High Priestess. Okay, remember, this is the masculine counterpart to and this is the feminine, the High Priestess. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead with her. Remember, I use the same website, labyrinthos.com, in case that you're interested. But I really like the way they explain the cards, especially for the learners. I'm still learning how to read tarot, but yeah, just a FYI. Okay. The High Priestess. So this can talk about intuition. You can see the crystal ball over here, the moon. She's really connected to the moon. Remember that the moon is secrets. Yeah, she's like a beautiful card. I mean, this is someone who sometimes may come across as hard to read. Maybe for people around you, they have a hard time figuring you out, which is great. I mean, come on, the world is so full with people who can be read so easily. That isn't it cool to find someone who is hard to read, who is more private, who, you know, isn't just, oh, that's another one, that's another girl, that's another boy. No, that's someone like someone who captures your attention. I believe that the High Priestess will be someone who really, I don't know, makes you wonder, and like what's the deal with them, right? So you've most like, I'm gonna go ahead and read the description for you in the to talk about the imagery. You've most likely encountered the High Priestess before, but in other forms. She can be seen in the archetypes of Persephone, Artemis, Isis, and many more. When you encounter her, you will see her sitting in a cubic stone between two pillars at the Solomon's temple. There are the pillars, right? Sorry, my hand gets a little tired, but I really want to make sure that I am showing you the card. Okay. I'm gonna hold on. Okay, the pillar on the right talks about, it's the pillar of establishment, and the left one, it's the pillar of strength. So establishment and strength. Intuition requires that, right? To be a High Priestess, we require to be someone really stable and really grounded. So these are the two pillars here: establishment and strength on the left. The pillars also depict the duality of nature: masculine and feminine, good and evil, negative and positive. The High Priestess location between the two suggests that it's her responsibility to serve as a mediator between the depths of reality. She is the third pillar, like in the middle. The path between. She believes that both pillars are equal and there is knowledge to be learned in both worlds. You will also notice that she wears a crown, the crown of Isis, which can mean that she is a believer of magic. The High Priestess wearing of the solar cross denotes that she is connected to the season of the earth and the earth itself. Let me see. Let's talk about the meaning. So, the meaning of the High Priestess is related with inner knowledge. Her appearance in a reading can signify that it's time for you to listen to your intuition rather than prioritizing your intellect and conscious mind. Yes, that the intuition is like this quiet, not quiet. This really, I wouldn't say, depending on how developed you have it, of course. It may be, sorry. It may be low or high, right? But is this soft voice that will guide you through life, and you will hear it in your head like in the craziest ways the more you train it, right? In situations of stress, of course, it can be like there is a moment where the intuition and the conscious mind come to a fight, and actually there are moments where the intuition is able to shut the mind up, because remember that we are all like 3D people, right? So we overthink, and we are ruled sometimes by fear or pride, and the intuition is that soft voice that will guide you through life. That will be the voice who says, hey, you're in danger, like I don't know, go slower in your car, and then or you forgot something, go back home and stay for a while. Some people say that, right? That when you forget something, it's good to stay at home like for a few minutes after you retrieve whatever you lost or you left, sorry. It's just to stay there at home for a few minutes to make sure that you, I don't know, to avoid maybe some danger outside that you are not aware of, but some, like your higher self is, and they send you these soft yet powerful messages through your intuition. So work on it, listen to it, meditate, or on the internet you can find many interesting intuition exercises that can help you really strengthen it and believe in it. Because that's another thing. It happened to me before in many ways. Like, I get these messages in my mind, and for, I don't know, work or whatever reason, I tend to ignore them, and I forget. and later in the day or in the upcoming days I realized, why did I hear that, and I should have listened to that. So listen to it when you hear it, when you hear something in your gut, or something, or a little voice in your mind that sounds crazy but it's true, that tells you something. Pay attention to what they're saying, because it can help you in like most unexpected ways. It can come to save your life when it comes to something major, right? So yeah, prioritize your intuition over your intellect. When the High Priestess shows up, it can depict an archetype known as the Divine Feminine. Hello, Divine Feminines out there, beautiful, gorgeous. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. I read or I hear the term Divine Feminine, and I think that's the most amazing thing ever. I dream to be one. And probably at some point I am too. But those are strong feminines, like really women, I'm sorry, I'm not putting gender, feminines who know their worth, who work for their shit, who are bad bitches, you know? So yeah, Divine Feminines, like, cheers to you. So the mysterious female that understands and holds the answers to the deep unknowns, religion, self, nature. She represents someone that is intuitive and beginning to open her or his spirituality. Meditation, prayer, and spiritual work is indicated here. So recommendation for you guys: trust your intuition, work on it, exercise it. It's like a muscle. If you don't exercise it, well, guess what? It doesn't grow and you don't become stronger. Same thing happens spiritually, right? Yeah, let's go to the reverse. The reversed meaning. When the High Priestess is reversed, it can mean that you are finding it difficult to listen to your intuition. It is time for you to meditate and try a new approach. For at this time, the rational approach will not work. Sometimes that happens, right? There are some moments in which our rational mind wouldn't finish comprehending or wouldn't help us solve a specific issue. That's when intuition comes in. Remember that intuition can be manifested in many ways. Dreams, visions. Again, you're going through your day and you hear something weird in your head, or you look outside and you find a sign, a specific sign of something that may be an answer for an issue you're having, or you catch something that maybe other people don't, which is normal when you're going through a spiritual path. But yeah, the reversal of the High Priestess is an invitation to work on your intuition. Something has been telling you to follow your gut, but you may be ignoring the call. There is a lot of confusion around you, and your actions may feel contrary to what you know is right. You must never be afraid to ask questions of yourself that may illuminate a new path for you, one that is more authentic to your inner self and your individual values. That's important, right? To really follow your principles. I'm gonna give you an example. I think it's a random one, but I have a cousin. She loves Green Day too, and she said, no, I'm not gonna go to that show because the venue they just built for it. The Green Days was the first show they did there, and it's like the big opening and whatever. Here it has some sort of environmental constraints and issues with the community and the zone it was built on. So it has a lot of question marks when it comes to this venue. And she decided, because of it, because she really fights for animal rights and environmental related issues, she decided not to go, in spite that even though she loves the band and she really wanted to go. And I admire her for that, because I was like, no, I'm sorry, I have to watch them live. But anyway, what I mean by that is that she really stuck to her principles, right? And I think that's something really, something to admire, that you restrain yourself from a pleasure of or from something that you may enjoy because it goes against your principles. What are your principles? That's important too, to know them, right? To know that this is my limit, or this is something I wouldn't do, or you know, and stick to them. It's sometimes it's hard when temptations comes in, you know, and tests and stuff, but know your principles and stick to them and listen to your intuition. I believe that's the message of this card. So important, the counterparts, right? The masculine and the energy, and feminine energy. Yeah, interesting. Okay, last but not least, I want to channel the song, and with that I want to close this reading. The song is called, oh my god, what is it? It's called Abracadabra by the Steve Miller Band. Actually, the Houdini song, Eminem song, and the rhythm is pretty similar to this song. But I think it's really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and read the lyrics for you. This may be significant for you. So, okay. I heat up, I can't cool down. You got me spinning round and round. Round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Every time you call my name, I heat up like a burning flame. Burning flame full of desire. Kiss me, baby, let's get the fire higher. Ah! And then the chorus goes, Abra, abracadabra. I think it's, I wanna reach out and grab you. It's similar to Eminem's song, right? You make me hot, you make me sigh, I think that's the pronunciation. You make me laugh, you make me cry. Keep me burning for your love with the touch of a velvet glove. There can be something about your touch, maybe it's soft. And I'm not saying like sexually touching someone, because remember that with some connections, especially when there's electricity and you touch each other and it's like, you know, chills and stuff. That there can be something significant about that. Maybe someone you're getting to know, or maybe if you're in union already, this can talk about your counterpart, the person you're with. There's something special about your touch. But this part, when it says you make me hot, you make me sigh, you make me laugh, you make me cry, you know it's love when the other person makes you feel everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. They make you angry, and they make you happy, and they make you sad, and they make you feel like all the feelings in the world. That's how you know it's love too, right? And I'm not saying like a toxic thing. I mean, if someone makes you cry the whole thing and the only thing you feel is sadness, and they don't even, you know, satisfy you or make you happy, that's not love. What I mean is that when you love someone, I believe that when you truly love someone, they make you feel all the emotions, and you feel it in your body too. Because sometimes you can really like someone, right? And think, oh my god, they're so cute, oh my god, blah blah blah, but you don't feel it when they get close to you. You don't shake, or you don't feel it like in your chest or your stomach. Probably that's just a crush. That's not love. But love, I believe, I believe that, yeah, you feel it in your body, like how much someone impacts you, like, and how it manifests, like the way you feel with all the emotions in the book, and all of the feelings and sensations in your body. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here because it's a really long reading. There's 45 minutes with the other part. So I hope any of these messages resonated with you. If you like what you're watching here, you can like, subscribe, you can leave a comment. That really can help me grow and reach more people as the channel grows. I'll be here more consistently in the upcoming days because I have lots of things that I want to talk about too. But as I said before, I want to organize it. I want to make sure that I take two or three topics per video. but to go deeper in them. I'm gonna leave everything in hashtags as always, and if you wanna go and do your research, you're more than welcome to. Let me know if last weekend on Saturday's new moon, every 33 months, I think it's not years but months, this reset moon that is the 0 degrees in Virgo. If anything weird happened to you this weekend, let me know, because again, I talked to some friends and like for many of them it was a really weird weekend. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.